Hello students, today we will see about harmful fungi. Previously we have seen about the useful fungi. That means how they are harmful to us. Fungi mostly cause skin diseases in human beings like ringworm, athlete's foot and Dobby itch. Now you all might have seen the ringworm in the TV. It is shown as the ad that Dag, Kaj, Kujli, they show you this, no? That is caused due to the ringworm. Athlete's foot means, now you can see here, this is the foot, these are the toes. In between the toes you can see there is some problem. This means the skin becomes reddish in color and rough due to the growth of the fungus. So that is called as athlete's foot. Same way, Dobby's itch will be caused by the fungus. They also cause infection in lungs, ears and nervous system. So they can cause so many diseases. So we have to be careful with fungi. Many plant diseases are also caused by fungi. Some of them, this is one disease, rust, and this is another disease, smut, are common diseases in wheat plants. So you have to remember these names. Okay, this is caused by Puccinia. So rust is caused by Puccinia and the smut is caused by Ustilago. Some other plant diseases caused by fungi are, this is the next disease, red rot of sugarcane. Means you might have seen the sugarcane. Sometimes it appears red inside. That redness is due to the fungus which is growing in it. So that is causing the rotting of the sugarcane. Then blight of potato. You might have seen some potatoes have become black inside. That is due to the fungus. So that is called as blight of potato. Then ticca diseases of groundnut. So if you see the groundnuts, they also become blackish due to the ticca disease. And apples, they also rot inside. Sometimes from outside it is looking good, but from inside it has become blackish or reddish in color. That is due to fruit rot of apple. So you can see the fungi will cause diseases not only in human beings but also in other animals and plants. So you can see here, this is the rust disease. So this leaf of the wheat shows some brown spots on it. That is due to rust. Some fungi are responsible for destruction of timber as they cause rotting of the wood in trees. So timber means timber comes from the bark of the plants. Okay, so the wood is becomes rot because the fungus will grow on it and dissolves the wood. The spores of rhizopus. Now we have seen the rhizopus previously, that is the bread mold, and the mucor. The mucor also looks like rhizopus only. And other fungi germinate on jams, jellies, pickles, bread and meat and destroy them. So when they grow on any food substance, they will destroy. So we are not supposed to eat these kinds of foods. Some fungi destroy leather, cloth, rubber, paper and even camera lenses. So if you leave all this for a long time without use or without air, then what will happen? The fungi will grow on all this and destroy all of these products. Okay. Activity 2.2. To study fungus on a piece of chapati. So for that we need a piece of chapati, glass slide and compound microscope. So we will take a small piece of chapati and keep it on a damp and warm place for 3 to 4 days. After that we find grayish growth on it. So we take a bit of this growth and place it on a clean slide and observe it under the microscope. What we find is there are thread-like structures on the chapati. These structures are fungi. So you can do this in the lab also, but we have to be very careful because these are fungi. Now the next kingdom. So we have studied how many kingdoms till now? We have studied Monera, we have studied Protista, we have studied fungi. So 3 kingdoms are over. Now the next kingdom is kingdom Plantae. This you all know because you are seeing plants all around you. They are small, they are big, they are medium size. All these come under kingdom Plantae. Kingdom Plantae includes red, brown, green algae. So these algae are present in the water only. Okay, so they grow in the ponds, rivers, lakes, oceans. So according to the color of their body, we call them as red or brown or green algae. Now bryophytes. The next is bryophytes. Then you have seen the bryophytes also. Now during the rainy season, the rocks, or you can see in your school the tiles on them, some greenish color grows on it. So that greenish color plants are what? Very minute they are. You can see it under the microscope clearly each one, but as a whole we see it as the green color small plants on which if you put the foot you will slip. So they are all bryophytes. The next one is pteridophytes. Now pteridophytes are also called as ferns. Now you have seen the ferns mostly for decorating the bouquets and all. You have seen the ferns. So if you remember your school, just where you fill the water from the tap, below that there are many pots which contain ferns. They are always green in color only. Now gymnosperms, these also you have seen. You have seen the Christmas plant, Christmas tree. Christmas tree belongs to gymnosperms. So all the conical trees which you observe in high altitudes like your Himalayan mountains, you might have studied in geography, the tundra, after tundra, the next place you find all tall trees, they are pine trees. Then angiosperms. Angiosperms are all the plants that produce the flowers. So all these plants are around you. You can see all of them. Their main features are as follows. So they are all multicellular with a well-defined nucleus. Means all the cells have a well-defined nucleus. So we have studied before, except for bacteria and the blue-green algae, all other plants and animals or all other kingdoms have well-defined nucleus. So these cells have well-defined nucleus and they are not made up of one cell, but these organisms are made up of many cells. So they are multicellular. All these organisms or plants which belong to this kingdom have chlorophyll pigment. This is the pigment that gives them green color. So these are all autotrophs. That means they produce their own food. You know, plants produce their own food with the help of sunlight. Now their cells have a cell wall. So all plant cells have a cell wall. Apart from the cell membrane, they have a wall around them, that is cell wall made up of cellulose. Now the next kingdom is animal kingdom. In this kingdom, all the animals are included. They are also multicellular and they also have a well-defined nucleus. So even human beings belong to Animalia. So the distinguishing characteristics of the members of this kingdom are as follows. Their cells are without cell wall and chlorophyll. So we have seen in the plant kingdom they have chlorophyll and the cell wall. But in animal kingdom the cells don't have cell wall and they don't have chlorophyll. That is why they don't look green in color. They are all heterotrophs and cannot make their own food. So autotrophs could make their own food, but heterotrophs, they cannot make their own food, so they depend on plants or other animals for their food. So that means they eat the plants. They are called herbivores, we have studied in the previous class, or carnivores that eat the other animals. Now majority of them show locomotion. Locomotion means movement from one place to another. So most of the animals can move from one place to another place. Why? In search of food and shelter. Now see this, fill in the blanks. Grouping of things on the basis of certain common characteristics is called classification. Classification helps to study the organisms in a systematic way. Third is R.H. Whittaker arranged all organisms into 5 kingdoms. Fourth is Bacteria and blue-green algae belong to the kingdom Monera. Fifth is fungi are made up of a thread-like structures called hypha. Okay. Now let us come back to animal kingdom. The kingdom Animalia is classified into two broad groups called the based on their presence or absence of the backbone or vertebral column. Accordingly, they are invertebrates or vertebrates. So, invertebrates are animals without backbone and vertebrates are animals with backbone. So, let us continue this in the next class. Okay, girls?